Mrs. Anna Patel, coordinator of this program. Thank you, ma'am. Now, I would like to invite ma'am to begin the expert talk.
My session is actually a very basic one because this is starting of the FDP. So I hope those who are taking course on cryptography, network security or information security, for them it will be very basic. But after half of the session, I will be giving you some research guideline or the potential research direction in which we can enhance, and if we want to pursue our research or find students, so that will be helpful to us. So let us start with the content. These are the content which I am going to cover. What is security? Why do we need security? Who is vulnerable? And what are the attributes of the security? And the various areas of research. So I have a few demos of 2-minute shorts. So it will be very interesting.
United States
can secure our workplace. Like we are always taking care of our valuables, our jewelry, home, everything. Okay, but apart from that, the most important thing for us is to secure our information, right? To provide privacy to us. So that is our information. So what is actually security? So we can say that security is actually freedom from risk or danger. So that is basically safety. Now, currently I am not talking about the information security. We are talking about general security, right? So it is freedom from risk or danger, that we can say that it is safety. It is freedom from doubt, anxiety, or fear. Means it is confidence. If you are confident on yourself, means you are secure somewhat, right? From fear and everything. The next is in general terms we can say that something that gives us assurance, safety. Suppose something is happening at our apartment or our society, then whom we call? We call security guard. So the task of security guard is also to provide security. So that is one form of security. Second form is, suppose some measures which are taken by government to avoid the attacks like terrorism or anything. So that is also government is providing a security. The next one is measure adopted by a business or homeowner to prevent crimes such as burglary or assault. That is also a form of security. So many forms of securities are there. So actually why we need it? Why we need security? So to prevent, protect actually vital information while allowing access to those who need it. Say trade secret and medical records. What is medical records? Our medical records must be secure, but we need to discuss it with doctor or some specific group of people. Then only they can suggest us the treatment or whatever else the in future action, right? So they should be secure, but they should be shared with some specific group of people. Okay. The next is we need to provide authentication and access control, like some file systems are there, and guarantees the availability of resources. If resources are there, but if they are not available to us, say we have developed a very large AI lab in which we have high computing machines are there, right? And we are not allowing students to use it, or even we are not using it. So that doesn't have any purpose. So if you have some resources, some information that must be available for use for another people. So that is available. And who are vulnerable for all this? This list is very long, but I will mention only the few things. Like financial institutions and banks. That we know nowadays lots of cyber crimes are happening, and the most currently going on is digital arrest. That we have heard it. Still people are becoming victim of that. Right? Every day they are providing so many advertisements. Do not open any video call who is having the DP of some ACP or whatever. Okay, still some old age people like age of us also believes that. And digitally arrested, 75 lakhs are lost, 3 crores are given, and so on. Okay, so financial institution and banks are the vulnerable. The second is internet service provider. We are taking internet services from the various providers. So internet service providers are also vulnerable to that. Next one is the pharmaceutical companies. The companies which are producing various pharmaceutical medicines and all that. Government and defense agency. Contractor to various government agency, multinational corporation, or we can in short I can say that anyone who is on the network. Any person who is using network services, or we can say in short internet services, they all are vulnerable. Okay, by some in some form we are providing some information to some another person through internet. So everyone who is there on the internet are vulnerable. So we need to secure all this. So we can say that security in a collective sense is the same as a protection and safety. Right? We can say that it is providing security against either physical, social, spiritual, behavior, or any form of the way in which we can provide our information. Okay. Say in general terms, if I want to ask that, suppose I want to provide security to my computer, then what should I do? We are the engineer or we are in the field of technology, so we know that. But to normal people, if I say that I want to secure this piece of machine or say my desktop, how could I do that? Is it feasible that every now and then I can place that my laptop or desktop in the cupboard or something? So can I say this is secure? No, it is not secure, right? But say you want that nobody can steal the whole laptop. By security. Every day you put your laptop in the wardrobe which is given us by the college. We lock it and take key with us. Can I say that it is first step? Assume that it is first step, right? What is second? What can be second? Say now it is open. In our lab all the machines are open. So what can we do? Password. First and the foremost thing is we can use password. Okay, our systems are locked by the password. So only authorized users who is having password, they can use it. Okay, so security is something like that, and security is also freedom from fear, harm, danger, loss, or destruction of damages. If we are free that, oh, I have secured my machine with the help of laptop, I have set two-way authentication on my mobile, my banking account and everything, so I can say that I am secure. I can feel that and relax. Right? If I have made it all the action. Okay, so personal security. What do we mean by there are various forms of security? What do we mean by personal security? So we can say that it is the protection of personal livelihood. Second can be information security. It is the process of securing the information which can be accessed by all the users. Right? Who can access it, who can use it, who can download it, who can manipulate it. So all that involved is the information security. The next one is the computer security. Computer security in another terms can be called as the cybersecurity. But this information security and cybersecurity is different. Okay, but we can say that cybersecurity or computer security is the information security in the world of digital asset. The asset which are digitally available to all the users, like various software, various hardware, various communication system. So they all belongs in the category of our computer security, or we can say cyber security. The next one is the software security, which is currently in demand, secure software engineering or software security. Okay, it is a study and application of writing robust software in a secure manner, because many of the software which are currently there in the market, they have bugs at the development time, at the various phases. Okay, so we can provide security to while they are developing. Right? So that is known as the secure software. So this is the relationship between all the security fundamentals. The first one is we need to provide personal security to the people. That can be possible while you can have the watchman or safeguard or anything. Second one is the information security. The data which you have, you are accessing. Okay, so that is known as the information security. The next one is the computer security. Is it right? It is computer security. It is the system you can secure. Okay. Now the innermost one is the software security. Means we need to securely code. So that comes in the category of the software security. Okay. Now can anybody tell me what is the difference between this correctness and the security? Any rough idea? Correctness says that always does what it should. Whereas security never does what it shouldn't. There is a theme difference between that, headline difference we can say. Okay, but almost they are same. An information system is secure if users are unable to force it to do things it was not intended to do. Like our confidential information. I have stored some of the confidential information on my machine. So I assume that it should not be shared or discussed with anybody else. So that comes in the category of the secure. And what is correctness? Correctness is concerned with the system always doing what it should, and security is concerned with the system never doing what it should not. Actually, both are same. Okay, but there is a minor difference. When you actually work in the implementation phase, then it will be more clear to that. Okay, and assets which we want to secure. So basically, two types of assets are there. The first category is known as the tangible assets, and the second one is known as the intangible asset. Now, what do we mean by tangible assets? Tangible assets are the people, means ourselves, which we want to secure. Second one is the building, say our house, our college, our premises, our apartment, our society, which we want to secure. That comes in the tangible asset. And the equipment, the mobile I have, the laptop I am using, the PC I am using, they all comes in the category of tangible asset. And what are intangible assets? Right, intangible assets says that our code, the code which I have written, the data, the intellectual property, and the service availability and my reputation, they all are called as a intangible asset. Like we can say that this we cannot touch and this we can touch. Right? The physical thing and the logical thing. So these all are comes in the category of assets. And how we can provide security to all this? Okay. So we know that how do we know if a system is vulnerable? Anybody have any answer? How you can know that your system is vulnerable? Yes?
We can attack on the system.
Yes. Can you give an example?
If you are logging in the Facebook or any application and you are not logging off from the account, anyone can
Yes.
take the cookie from it,
Yes.
which is known as session hijacking.
Yes. I'm perfectly right. So that is known as the session hijacking, right? How do we define in that case? What should we actually do?
Logging out from the account.
Logging out the very first that we have seen it, right? As soon as we are away moving our from the position, our task, we have to first thing is lock the machine. Right? So nobody can access it in our absence. Second thing is every time if you are using a banking services or anything, then we can log out from that. Specifically the financial transactions are involved. So we have to log out from that. What is the third thing we can do? We can provide the two-way authentication. Now almost we are using it, right? Even in Gmail also we have two-way two-factor authentication, right? So that is all what we can do is. Okay, so some of the pillars for this security. First thing is prevention. Prevention, like we say that prevention is better than cure. We have to try first to prevent our information. So the construction of a system, they are immune to attack. We have to first try that. Second thing is if we have failed somewhere, then the second thing is we have to perform detection. We have to detect where attack happens. And if we are able to detect it, then we have to provide our reaction to that, to recover from it. Okay, so first thing is prevent, and second thing is detect, and third thing is reaction on that. So these are the normal steps which we need to follow. Okay, and where is the information security is a concern? In which area it is majorly concerned? Like I said that it is concerned to all those who are connected to network. Okay, but let us discuss some of the area. The first area we can say that in business environment. In business environment, many times some legal compliances are there. Suppose business is there in the partnership. You have to sign partnership deal, the percentage, nominee of each partner and all that. Okay, so that is known as legal compliances in the business. Next one is the cash flow. The business in which you are handling the cash flow. So that is also most important thing. Then for the business we have profitability. We have commercial image and shareholder confidence on our business. Right? We have product integrity and intellectual property and competitive advantage. So there are many areas in which we need to provide security for the business environment. Second thing is in the military environment. In a military environment, we have to provide exclusive access to an effectiveness of the weapon which military people are using. Electronic countermeasures. Then we have communication secrecy, identification, and so many things are involved. Right? Nobody here, as a normal people, we are not able to know that how our military forces are working. Right? Because they are very confidential. All the information are very secure. Next one is the medical environment that we have already discussed. Confidentiality and integrity of a patient records that must be maintained. Doctors are maintaining that right integrity. They do not discuss one patient's matter with any other patients or not even at their home, unless it is something different. Okay, so in medical environment, confidentiality and integrity of patient's record is necessary. Unhindered emergency access, equipment safety, correct diagnosis and treatment information. Okay, so these all are required for the medical environment. In household also we require our privacy, correct billing, burglar alarms, and the society at a large like various utility services, communication, transport, tax benefit, collection of goods, and so on. Okay, so these are the normal areas where we require. The next is again home and business In the banking, where we need security? So we can say that card authentication codes are there, like PIN verification protocols are there. Those who are verifying your PIN every time, and many of the almost all banking applications are such that after some time they say that after 90 days change your PIN. Some applications are such that they have different PIN for login and different PIN for transactions. Okay, so now we are using quite safe system. So in banking also for fund transfer, you can add beneficiary. After a certain amount of time, you can activate it, right? And all that are there. Okay.
You thought writing an article would take 2 minutes. 15 minutes later, you're stuck. We've all been typing.
Not many of us would leave our houses or cars unlocked, or leave valuables unattended. But when it comes to information, we tend to be less careful. Just look at the phone hacking scandal. Many of the victims left their passwords set to the factory default setting of password, which made it easy for hackers. It shows that we need to be more careful with information about ourselves and that which we handle for others. So this is what you need to know about information security. Most of us, whether at home or at work, have a huge amount of data on computers, smartphones, storage devices, tablets and on paper. There's so much of it we can become complacent, perhaps mixing everyday documents with sensitive information, then treating them as if they were all just ordinary files with nothing important on them. But what if these files got into the wrong hands? Embarrassment? Inconvenience? Public scandal and dismissal? A lot of information security is about being more aware of the risks we're taking. Personal information may seem unimportant to you, but to a criminal, it can be the key that opens doors. We need passwords for everything these days. This is Laura, and she uses them a lot. This one looks pretty secure, and she knows not to write it down. But here's the thing, she uses the same passwords for lots of different websites. The same one for her social media as her online auction account, her bank, and her amazing.com account. And for some sites she had to register for. Criminals capture usernames, passwords, and personal information from bogus sites. It's one of the most common ways that criminals get our details. So using secure passwords is important, but it's also important to use different ones. And passwords are just the first line of defense. For important information, encryption makes it almost impossible for criminals to use the data, even if they do get through to it. That's why people often encrypt data on laptops or USB memory sticks. Encryption is also used to make data transfer through the internet more secure. Websites that are using encryption have an HTTPS address and a padlock symbol. Look for this if you're buying something or using a bank account or getting a quote for insurance, anytime when personal details and information are involved. But what about information on paper? We can be just as careless with written or printed documents. You may have heard of government officials with confidential documents on display, walking past photographers, or putting correspondence in public litter bins. It seems so obvious, but have you ever left any documents with confidential information lying around? In a briefcase, on a desk, or on a computer monitor where someone could see it, copy it, or print it off? Ever hit reply to all on an email and not check who it was going to? It might just be embarrassing, but it could be worse, a lot worse. Sometimes though, it's more a case of stopping others gaining access. You wouldn't let a stranger follow you in through your front door, so why do people do this in secure areas of work? It's called tailgating. It might be a little embarrassing to say no or ask for ID, but look what happened in this case. An imposter went into a bank, posing as an IT person come to fix a computer. Instead, he installed a small piece of software onto the system which allowed hackers to see what was being typed on the bank's computer and use this information to transfer money from the bank to their own accounts. Criminals tried to do something similar on Laura's computer at home by trying to install what's called malware. Fortunately, she had an antivirus and protection software up to date, and it stopped the hackers before they did any damage. Credit and debit cards are prime targets for criminals. Some clone them, while others watch over your shoulder as you enter your PIN code before stealing your card and using it. Look out for these so-called shoulder surfers and make sure they can't see your PIN as you enter it. Organised gangs of criminals are stealing information at such a rate that the cost of a credit card number and bank account details is about the same as the price of a cup of coffee. Criminals are always looking for new ways to get our information and use it for profit. There are three things that may help to make it harder for them. The first is to be more aware of what information you have, how important it is, and how secure it is. Second is to assess what could happen if you lost it or it got into the wrong hands. And third, make sure you have adequate precautions in place to protect it. Although it may be difficult for us to see the value of the information we handle every day, we need to get into the habit of protecting our own and others' information in the same way as we look after our valuables and the things we care about.
Okay, so as it is mentioned, currently many times we are using the same password, default password itself, and I'm sure that more than 50% of, including me, are using same password for 2-3 email accounts. Yes, it is very much difficult to remember different password for different email account, different banking application, different PIN for different banking application. But actually we should use different password for all social media account, all our Gmail account, all our banking. Suppose you have account, salary account in some another bank and personal account in another bank, then we have to remember all that thing. Otherwise what will happen, normally what hackers are looking is, if your one account is compromised, then they have access to almost all the accounts if we are using same password. Okay, so the most important thing is we need to use different password. And apart from that, we have to spread awareness to our parents. That is most important, because they are very for them it is very much difficult to remember all this. They are very new for all the technology which we are currently using, right? And they say that, okay, write my name as a password. This is my personal experience, right? I might create my email ID, write my name as same as email ID, so I can remember it, right? They tell that, like they are around 70, 75 age and they want to use it something. So it is very difficult, so we have to spread awareness for that. And many times the by default password we are using, like in our labs or everyone 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or password, right? So it is very easy, even our students remember that. Once we give to them, so they remember it throughout the semester. Okay, so this is what all we are facing. Okay, now let us think something like attack. So these are some of the types of attack. The first type of attack is eavesdropping. I hope those who are taking, they must be knowing it. Eavesdropping. Eavesdropping says that tapping to the communication line and see that what this Bob or Alice is talking with each other. The very general form. Okay. And how they are doing so many communication. This person X and person Y is communicating so many times. Right. So that is known as the eavesdropping. Second attack types of attack is spoofing. Spoofing says that modifying data in the transit. Instead of sending the actual data, the attacker or malicious user has captured the data and modified some information, some digit in it. Meet me at 5, that is a very general example which we are teaching to our students. Right, instead of that meet me at 5 p.m. or a.m., just change it one character. And the whole meaning is changed. So that is called as a spoofing or modifying data which is in the transit. The next one is denial of service. Denial of service says that I have not received, though you have received the message, but you deny it. I have not received it. Right? If you forgot, then also you say that I have not received it. If you have received the email and by chance you have deleted it, that also comes in the category of denial of service, because you are saying, you are claiming that you have not received it. So that is denial of service. And the next one is breaking in. Breaking in says that loading or executing malicious code on a victim machine or process. Nowadays we are facing the problem of APK file. Unknown APK link we are getting, and they are asking us that do your KYC. And by chance it may happen that we have forgotten to do our KYC. And like for few days, last 1 week, I am getting the call from the bank. And in the same duration only I received that message. So of course I assume that I do not always check authenticity of sender of the SMS. Right? And it may happen that even I can also click on that link. And some APK file is downloaded on my mobile. And within 5 minutes my whole bank account is empty. Because they can instantly clone our device by installing APK files. So within 2-3 minutes only they'll log into our all banking account, OTPs, though we have two-factor authentication. OTP is received on our device, but they are able to read our OTP, right? They have cloned our phone. So this is the type of modus operandi, like by malicious user. Okay, so everything is possible now. So newer techniques are investigated by them, and newer prevention mechanisms are investigated to come from out of that. Okay, so these three are now the basic attributes which we have to provide to any system. This is normally known as the CIA triad. Okay, CIA triad is the confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So anybody can give me an example of confidentiality? So it is very big.
Let's say a GTU result, university result. Let's say student can see only if his or her result. No other student can see his or her. It's a confidential to that technique.
Yes, fine, perfectly right. Right, user GTU result or looking for the GTU result, student has to enter their enrollment number and some OTP is given, like sent to his or her mobile. I do not remember exactly, or your birth date or WhatsApp, two combinations are there, two fields are there. So that specific student is only able to see their result. So information is confidential, right? What about integrity? In information, no, security.
University can change the result. Student cannot change the result.
Yes, only university can change the result, student cannot change the result. Or in another terms, in the general way, what do we mean by integrity? Integrity says that whatever information you have said, that must be received as it is by the receiver. So integrity must be maintained. Say I said that I have announced one like in my classroom, tomorrow there is extra class at 2 p.m. So all the students must able to read the same line as it is. If instead of 2, 3 or tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, any word is added, so I can say that the integrity is not preserved. Okay, so whatever sender say, that must be received as it is by the receiver. Then we can say that integrity is maintained. So that is integrity. And next one is availability. What is availability? GTU result must be available all the time to students. It should not like that it is available for 10 to 12 p.m. or something like that. Okay, it must be available for 1 week. If we have university has announced, then it must be available. Every student must able to access the result, right? So that is known as the availability. Okay, so these are all the general terms. Now let us talk about some techniques. How to preserve it? Say I want to preserve confidentiality. Then which security mechanism we can use it? Okay, we can use it simple encryption. We can encrypt the information to preserve confidentiality. Okay. What about integrity? If I want to preserve integrity, then we can use message authentication code, MAC, or message can be generated, and the receiver side again receiver is getting message and MAC. Receiver can compute MAC on the original message, and then receiver can compare computed MAC and the received MAC. If both are same, then we can say that integrity is maintained. Otherwise, if calculated MAC is different than the received MAC, then message may alter in the transit. So integrity is lost. So we can use this message authentication code. Even we can use cyclic redundancy checksum and some secure programming practices. Okay, to provide this integrity. What about availability? If we want to provide availability to our information, then we have to check continuous monitoring should be there, right? It may not happen that I have kept my server on and I sleep. So due to some bug, power failure or battery problem, it should not go down. We should have some alternate mechanism always. This is one very basic example regarding our result example. Okay. The next one is accountability and non-repudiation. Okay. What is this accountability? Accountability says that tracing actions back to the person that performed that. Okay, somebody has done something. Okay, suppose you have shared Excel sheet with all the staff members, right? An Google Excel sheet, and somebody is changing in your field. So you can trace that, right? We have the activity log available. So this is one basic example. This type of log we can provide to all our system also. Those who have changed the proxy setting. Okay, suppose I have set up one firewall for my institute. Okay, in my firewall I have like given access to only limited websites. Okay, if on my behalf or any other person can log in using my credential and change that firewall, then also I am able to see it. Who have logged in from which IP address and who have modified it. Okay, so that is also the case of accountability. The next one is non-repudiation, means the impossibility of someone denying they carried out an action. You cannot deny that. You have received the mail, by mistake you have deleted it, but you cannot deny it. Okay, you have received it, they have record, you have received it. So that is considered as a non-repudiation. So these are very basic attributes, and this is the normal CIA triad that we already discussed. Confidentiality says that who is authorized to use our data. Integrity says that this data is good means it is not modified. Availability can access data whenever we need it. That is availability. Okay, so this is a very basic example. Now, apart from the CIA, we can add two more ANN, and we can continue it. Here I have kept it dot. You can enhance it whenever you require for your system. Okay, we can add authentication for this day. We can provide authorization. We can provide non-repudiation, and so on. All the attributes depending upon your system requirement. Okay, so this all comes in the fact of CIA. Okay, now why we need to balance the CIA? Suppose I am taking one example. The first example says that I am doing confidentiality versus I plus A. I plus A is my integrity and availability. Okay. So if I only provide confidentiality, then, or if I only provide this I plus A, then what will happen? Say here it is mentioned. Say if I disconnect computer from internet, you want to provide confidentiality, means you believe that your information should not be accessed by multiple users. So to do that, this is very basic example. To do that, what we can do? We can disconnect our computer from internet, say for example, and you believe that your person is hereby only who you want to see your information. Okay, so disconnect computer from internet, we can increase confidentiality. But if we increase confidentiality, then of course availability will suffer. Right, because it is not accessible. Same way integrity may suffer because we do not have any updates. Okay, another example is if say I say that integrity versus C plus A. Then if I want to provide integrity, okay, so have extensive data checks by different people or system to increase integrity. But my confidentiality will suffer because my data is now visible to everyone. Access to everyone, not visible, but they can see that something is there. Not actually read the data, but they can see number of messages or something is there. Same way availability is also suffer due to data loss on some for verification. Right, so we need to balance the attribute depending upon the specific application. Okay, we can use appropriate algorithm for that. Okay. Now this is again the confidentiality, which is basis for data access. Okay, so how do we know who needs which kind of data? Like we have discussed. Okay, so we can provide the access control mechanism. Right? Even the student's parents cannot able to see the student's result if they do not know their number. If access control is given, then only they can see the result. Okay, same way, suppose printer example, you have given access to your printer in staff room or in laboratory or anywhere else. So everybody cannot access it. You have set some specific access to that. Okay, so that is called as the access control. And confidentiality is of course difficult to ensure. And can we say that confidentiality is binary in nature? Can we answer this? My basic question. Can you answer whether your system provides confidentiality in yes or no? Is it binary? Okay, let me again ask clear the question. Suppose you have developed some system and you are providing, you are claiming that you have incorporated CIA in that, right? Now if you say that I am asking the question, your system provides confidentiality, answering yes or no. Is it possible to give answer in binary, yes or no, 1 or 0? for confidentiality? Yes. Yes. It's, you can give answer. Confidentiality, we can give an answer yes or no. Whether your system you are providing confidentiality, yes or no. Right? Saying a different thing. Suppose I am asking different question. Suppose you say that you have incorporated integrity. Can you say that? Answer yes or no? No. Integrity cannot be answered in binary. Confidentiality can be answered in binary question. Yes or no. Integrity is a degree. Right? Degree of integrity is that. Right? Somewhat some integrity, data integrity, user integrity, and so on. Right? Confidentiality is confidentiality. Confidentiality, we are talking about the message only or the information only. Okay, so confidentiality can be answered in binary. I think you may have the quiz in the last session. So such questions will be there. And the integrity may not be in the binary form. Okay, binary cannot be answered in a binary question. It cannot be in 1, 0. Okay, what is integrity in our day-to-day life? Can I say that keep your promises even if it takes extra effort? You have said that to the students, I will complete the syllabus anyhow, and you have only one class on Friday, and that Friday during that semester all the public holidays fall on that Friday only. And you have kept promises to the students that I will complete my syllabus, and you have only one class per week. So you can arrange some extra classes. Like we have said that, so we do it. Right? We will arrange some extra classes after college hours or working Saturday or whatever allows us. Okay, so that is known as the, we can keep our promise even if it is taking extra effort. So that is one form of integrity in our day-to-day life. Whatever we have said, that we have to do it. Second thing is, suppose you are going to some store owner has given you have given them 500 rupees note, and you have purchased them of some goods of say 400 or something, and by mistake they have given you 200 back. So what you will do? That depends upon the condition, right? How many money we have in the pocket. Or what we can do? If we want to prove we are thinking that we have integrity, then we say to them, you have given me more 100 rupees more, please take it back. Right? So that is also real example of integrity. Next one is never betray a friend's trust, even if you get in the trouble. If you are doing this, then also we can say that it is integrity. It should not happen that you have fight or some wording or some with some friend and you inform all that actually he or she is your best friend. And after some time you have some communication for 1 day, 2 days. It doesn't mean that you will discuss all this chaos to everyone of them. Right? You should maintain your integrity. Next one is inform the patient he gave you too much change back. That is what we discussed. Okay, so these all are the real-time integrity. So if we know the real-time integrity, we can apply it in our day-to-day life. Then we can incorporate in our to provide security to our all the transaction. Okay. The next one is also availability that we have discussed in the detail. Right. These are some formal definitions from one paper. But we can say that information must be available all the time. Okay. If you have set up availability attribute for your system, it means it must be available to all the users. That is what we want to convey by this. So we can also say that in our day-to-day life, timely request response should be there. If student has asked something to us, we are bounded to give them response within some time. If we are in the college, then we have to respond them. Right? If we are available in the college during our working hours, fair allocation of the resources should be there. We have to allocate everyone, whatever resources college is providing to us, equally to all the staff members as well as to our students. Fault tolerance should be there, easy to use in the intended way, and provide control concurrency. Concurrency means we know we have studied operating systems and all. Right? If one resource is allocated to that person, we cannot allocate the same to at the same time to other. Once they're free, then second person can use it. Okay, so this all comes in the type of availability. Okay, and the most important thing, security is a system wide. It is not like that once you have developed the whole project and then you think that I will apply security on it now, then you are wrong. You are completely wrong at that point. Okay, security is a system wide. Security is not a module in a system. Like if you are designing some software, you say that I have done payment module. Some students say that we have done front end, we have done back end, we have done UI. Okay, so but security is not a module. That is the most important thing. Security is a concern, it is not a feature, which should be incorporated at each and every stage, starting from the first stage of your project or your application towards the last stage. It is not like that you have done it, now you add a module. It is not a module. Right? It is a concern, not a feature. Okay.
Hi. So last time we talked about cybersecurity, right?
Yeah,
So can we ask you some more questions regarding that?
definitely, bro.
Okay, so with all this buzz going on regarding AI, do you think AI will take cybersecurity jobs?
So, if we talk about AI now, we don't need to stress about like AI can take all cybersecurity jobs. I definitely agree that AI has the capability to segregate those vulnerabilities and finding all the staggering data and analyzing them, but it can't bring the expertise that humans have. And moreover, AI lacks the creativity and the nuances to bring out more creativity, but the humans have that capability. And AI can automate the task, but the human intelligence that's needed to identify those vulnerabilities is not with AI.
Perfect, thank you. Hi. So last time we talked about cybersecurity, right?
Yeah.
This clearly explains the difference between information security and cyber security.
Information security and cybersecurity. What's the difference? The terms cybersecurity and information security are often used interchangeably, even among some of those in the security field, but they are not the same. When we think of data, we tend to think of computers and digital information, but meaningful, valuable data can be stored in many forms. Information security refers to protecting data no matter what form it's in, digital or physical. Basically, information security is as much about protecting physical information or access controls like filing cabinets or physical access to building entrances as it is about protecting databases. Cybersecurity is the steps taken to prevent cyber attacks from inside or outside your organization. It protects digital information stored on computers, devices, networks, servers, and programs from hacking, attacks, or unauthorized access. So you can kind of view cybersecurity as a subset of information security. Here are 3 tips to make your business more cyber resilient today. Tip number 1, implement a password policy and password manager. Weak passwords are gold dust for hackers. Educating your team to use complex passwords or passphrases will make a massive difference to cyber resilience in the long term. To help your team out, you should also implement a password manager, which allows your team members to store all of their passwords in a secure system, and it means they'll only have to remember one master password. Tip number 2 is regular pen testing. A penetration test or ethical hacking is an authorized cyber attack on your systems, which helps you to evaluate the security of those systems. This is a really brilliant way to identify weaknesses via a full risk assessment. Here at DataGuard, we've partnered with several pen testing providers, and we highly recommend considering regular pen testing to boost the resilience of your business. Tip number 3 is backups. Backups are your business's lifeline if you ever do get hacked. Often, Hacks will result in your data being rendered inaccessible or corrupted. A good backup system will ensure that your business can continue to function, even in the wake of a serious information security incident. In case I haven't stressed this enough, get your information backed up now. Your employees, customers, and bottom line will thank you for it. If you're concerned about your company's information or cybersecurity status, then don't hesitate to reach out to Secure Data Guard. We will be happy to advise you.
Okay, so can anybody tell me information security and cyber security difference? We have one course on information security, we have one course on elective or cyber security also. So why we are teaching two separate courses? Why everything is not merged in the same course? So as I say that cyber security is a part or subset of information security. Information security is a very broader course, a broader subject, right? And cyber security is one subset of information security. All our information in our day-to-day life, if we want to secure our information, so that is information security, general way. And we can use it the same concept, same algorithm, everything to protect, attack wherever we are online. Right? Penetration testing, or like we are afraid of our password being stolen or something being stolen. Somebody has captured an attack on our OS, on our kernel. So that all comes in the category of cybersecurity. Though we can use same algorithm for information security, we can extend that to provide cybersecurity. Right? So they are completely different meaning. Information security in general terms provides various they provide explore various confidentiality, integrity, or various types of algorithms to give you. And cybersecurity basically focus on the various attacks. Right? How they are attacking and how you are coming out of that. So that is basically the aim of SQL injection attack or so and so on. They all come in the category of cybersecurity. So first they have suggested that we have to provide incorporate password policy. What do we mean by password policy? Any idea? What can be the steps for password policy? Yes. Yes. Combination of multiple characters. Yes. Some banking applications are still providing we can use 8-character long password. But if you have tried in NPS National Pension Scheme account, they are not allowing you to use 8-character password. They have enhanced it to now 16-character password. We have to use 16-character password with specific minimum 1 capital, 1 small letter, 1 special character. Special character also they have mentioned 4 special characters. We can use from that only. So this makes us different that we cannot use NPS password to my Access password. I cannot use it. Right, because that special character, this is what I have observed, I have done it. Right, and my Access account is not using some special character and which I have set the same special character I have used to set my password on NPS. Okay, but both are having some different, and by how I have used one special character which is not allowed in Access but which is allowed in NPS. So this way we have to set up our own password policy for our system. It must be say 10 character long, 20 character long, 16 or 12 or 14 character long, which capital letter, capital letter, small letter, digit, combination of some special character must be given. Okay, and it should not be similar to your previous 3 passwords. It cannot be similar to previous 3 passwords. So you have to again regenerate the new password. It may happen that you have regenerated your password and next time whenever you open it, you already forgot it. So we have to somehow maintain that record that what is our password of NPS last time or somewhere like that. Okay, so we have to again protect that password wherever we have written. Because it is almost next to impossible that after every 3 attempts you have to change your password which is different and it should not be same with all other. Okay, so that is difficult job for us to remember at this age. Okay, so as we say that security is not a feature. I am emphasizing it. Security is not a feature or not a module. Security is a concept. So security can be the system wide actually, which can be there at the hardware level. Security can be there at the operating system level, network layer, application layer, modes on the processor, some memory protection we need to provide, right? So nobody can attack it. So that is hardware level security. Next one is operating system level security. In operating system level security, we know that we all of us have used Unix in our time. Nowadays, though students are not using it, but all of you have used it, and we are using CH mode something 777, 541. Okay, so honor, group. This is for honor, then group, and for other. First 3 bits are for honor, second 3 bits are for group, and last 3 bits are for other, to whom specific user. And we have, in that 3, we have combination of read, write, execute permission, R, W, and X permission. And apart from that combination of 3, 3, 3, we have another again this one, which is called as the D. If it is directory, that we are mentioning over here. If it is file, then we are not mentioning over here. Right? So first 3 for group, for other, and restore. Any specific user admin. Okay, so we are using it. So shadow password, file schemes, we can use it for everywhere, say etc, bean password and all that, to make our OS secure. So that is operating system level security. The next one is at the network layer. How we can provide the security at the network level? So we can use firewall. The first and the foremost answer is firewall. Later on we can use it. Any other thing also. So firewall means allow packets through based on rules which we have set. Like we have to predefine and set our firewall. We can set some rules that allow packet only from this source, only from this destination, deliver it only to this destination, not to deliver at this destination, and so on. Every rules we can set. Origin, type, size, and port, everything we can set it on our firewall. So that to provide network level, we can use firewall. Even we have smart router software available. Okay, which is inbuilt in our router, which can detect the denial of service attempts and even check the content of the packet looking for the known malware patterns, which automatically can be detected by our router software. Smart router software is available. Okay, which is already installed in our router, immediately available, and we can track it. Next one is to provide network level security. We can implement the protocols such as IPsec, that is Internet Protocol with Security, that we can use it at the network layer. In addition to that, SSL we can use it at the transport layer, that is Secure Socket layer, and for wireless security and PGP and friends we can use it at the application layer. PGP is a pretty good privacy, which can use it to provide security at the application layer. Normally we are using it for email security and all. Okay, so various protocols are available. We can even use VPN, virtual private network, to provide the network level security. And the next is application level. Okay, application level we are using, the foremost is we are using HTTPS. Okay, initially you can remember it. Many of you can remember it. Initially we have only HTTP available, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And if only some few applications or some few sites provide secure HTTPS, means HTTPS, and we can see that we are able to see that the browser top right corner golden lock symbol is there. If that golden lock is there, it means we are using HTTPS. Lock is closed, and you can see lock is open. If lock is open, then we have HTTP only. Okay, in HTTPS, anybody have any idea how it is? What are the information that are encrypted if we are using HTTPS, and which was not there in HTTP? What is normally encrypted? Very general thing. What is encrypted in HTTPS?
Administrator or admins, credential or confidential, like config files or uploads.
Okay. Then, can I say that whatever user enters, everything is encrypted? Yes. Whatever text parameters are there, whatever user enters, the username, their password, their information, everything is encrypted. First thing. Second thing is even your link is encrypted. Right? From whatever link source machine you are sending request, so that is also encrypted. And all the rest, all things are encrypted. If you have entered some password, though it is hidden, but that is also encrypted in HTTPS. Okay, so nobody can decrypt it. Okay, so all the information which you are sending all are encrypted. So that is the basic thing for application level security. Okay. Now, as we discussed that security is not a module, it is a concern which we have to incorporate throughout all the phases. Okay. So, what are the normal software engineering phases that we will be discussing over here? As we know that suppose you want to develop some software, then many of us have studied, I mean all of us have studied AICTE, right? So it is a requirement phase, then architecture and design, then we can do programming of whatever architecture we have developed. After programming, we can see that we can perform code review, then we can perform testing on that. After testing, we deploy it actually at the client place, and then it goes into the maintenance phase. These are the normal. We can add or remove it one or two phase from here, but the normally generally these are the phase of software development lifecycle. How we can integrate security in all this? Okay, that is one research area. You can work on any one area that provides security to that. Okay, so the first one is the requirement definition. So we can say that you can mistake or omit permission and roles and fail to capture any number of security requirement. At the requirement only you need to consider that which requirement must be secured. Whenever you are listing, collecting requirement from the client, at that time only you have to identify whether I need to assign this requirement with security or not. Everything must be clearly mentioned. If you are taking password from the user, some personal question from the user, then you need to encrypt it. Right, so this way you have to list it with security only. The second is architecture design. Okay, incorrectly specify security zone. You have to specify incorrect. Suppose you have specified incorrectly some security zone or the boundaries, or simply produce design with a logical error. Okay, so on that also we can work. Next one is programming. During programming, we can say that some bugs can be introduced. Some SQL injection attacks or anything can be there. Okay, so especially those that create technical vulnerabilities. So you need to answer that also. Next one is during code review. Suppose some errors are there, some vulnerability is there, and you miss it. So you do not have to miss any vulnerability during code review. We have to list it down. Next one is also testing. During testing also we need to list all the vulnerability. We cannot miss anyone. Next one is deployment. So use the wrong configuration script or environment variable. Last one is the maintenance, so that introduces the regression. So I want to say that at each and every phase of software development lifecycle, we have to incorporate security features. If we have considered security features from starting of the first phase till the end phase, then we can say that it is secure software engineering. And our product or the project, whatever we have delivered, that is secure. It is not like that the whole is completed and you add security module here. I hope this is clear. At each and every phase we need to work on that. Okay, so the human level, the hardware level we have seen, that the network level, application layer, the human level. We have various analyzer tools are there, like packet filters, packet sweeper, TCP dump, we can use it, and everything whatever we can do at the human level. When as a person, as a lab administrator, whatever we can do it, that comes in the category of human level. Okay, so more generally, if we talk about any specific organization, then we can say that who have created the permission list. Our lab assistant may have created it, our admin department have created it. So who have created the permission list? Who can see this list and who can change that? Okay, so this all should be predefined. Next one is who is in charge of reviewing, auditing and maintaining the permission list, and so on. So that everything must be clearly defined. So that is called as a human level. Okay, now there is another terms are there. Security architecture and software security. What do we mean by security architecture? Security architecture says that it is outside the code. It is outside the code, and software security says that it is inside the code. Software security is inside the code. inside your code. Okay. The next one is what is software security. So practice of secure software development in all levels we have seen in the previous slide. Requirement, analysis, design, maintenance, all that. And the knowledge of known vulnerabilities and strategies and tactics to mitigate them. That is known as the software security. Is it clear? This is architecture and this is software security. We are incorporating security at all the phase of development during the development, so that comes in the category of software security. And to do all this, we require some mathematical foundation. And that mathematical first and foremost portion of that mathematical foundation is cryptography, which we all know. Cryptography, cryptology, cryptanalysis and all that. And we have semantic key, digital signature, and all. So these all come in the category of mathematical foundation to either do this or do this. Okay, now onwards we are focusing, we have to focus only on this. Right? Because we know that it is not module, it is concern, which should be affected throughout the project. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. I'm trying to consider all the basic things. But I hope it has cleared some of the, or given you some, at least some new thought to think in that direction. So these are some common security attacks and the countermeasure for that. So finding a way into the network. If somebody is trying to illegally access or join your network, then that is one form of attack. So we can use firewall for that, so nobody can access our network. Second thing is exploiting software bugs or buffer overflow. So for that we can use IDS, intrusion detection system. Next one is denial of service attack. So for that, to avoid that, again we can use ingress filtering, or we can also use intrusion detection system, IDS. Next one is TCP hijacking. So we can use IPsec, that we know. Next one is packet sniffing. So to avoid that, we can use encryption, we can use secure shell, secure socket layer of HTTPS. Next one is some social problems are there, right? That is also major attack. And for that, we can use education or awareness. I hope all of you agree with the last point. This all technical person can do, right? We are focusing, we have to focus now on this awareness. Like the cyber department or the DCP, Deputy Commissioner I met before 2 days, like one workshop was there yesterday at DCP. Madam, and she given such as just 10 minutes overview of the cybersecurity attack, and she said that you people are doing good and that and publishing paper and everything. But actually what you should do is you should aware all your neighbors, your parents and your students and everyone. So then only they can be out of this. And otherwise, every day they are publishing so many times digital arrest is a fraud thing, but still we are reading every day that they are arrested, this is arrested, that is the, what is that? Okay, so we have to this is the social problem. And we have to educate our surrounding for that. Okay, so now I have one specific set of some few slides are there. We shall focusing only on this attacks. So for time being, I'm skipping it, and we can go directly on some interesting things. So I'll give you 2 minutes to think, and then you can answer. We can discuss. general meaning of what privacy is.
You live at home and do whatever you want to do. Is your privacy, and
Yes.
you work at your office is your confidential. Your work is say what you
See,
do.
and we are talking about only privacy.
Privacy is your private life, your social life is confidential.
Many times we have heard that if you have a teenager child at your home, they say that Mama, give me some privacy. Right, what is that privacy? It is something like that. Mama, you cannot see my mobile. It is now, say we have given them new and they have started Insta or WhatsApp, say 17, 18 years old age. Right, Mama, you cannot touch my mobile. I'm saying, why? It is now my privacy concern is there. I cannot allow anybody to see my mobile. So that is privacy. Can I say that it is privacy?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Any other example of privacy? Real time example.
Your bank account details.
Your bank account details. Okay. That is whether I can say that is confidential. Confidential. Let us see that. So, what is privacy? That is the first question. We should be very much clear about what is the difference between privacy and confidentiality. Okay, so what is confidentiality? What is confidentiality? I want to share some information, confidential information to some specific person. So only that specific person should able to know that information, nobody else. So I can say that it is confidential between us. So that is confidentiality. Yes or no? Yes. Then if I say that that is privacy, no, that is not privacy. That is purely confidentiality. So what is the difference then between confidentiality and privacy? I'll give you, yes?
Privacy is depend on individual.
Privacy depends on individual, right? Between us.
Confidentiality is between us or the party who you trusted want to share it, that is the confidentiality.
Okay, fine. Okay, I'll give you another example. Suppose we are working, we have some large data set of some cancer disease. Okay, patient information, mobile number, address, cancer malignancy is that detected or not, at which level cancer is detected or not. Everything we have in one data set. Or we can say an Excel file for currently, right now. Okay, can I say that I should maintain confidentiality of that Excel file? Or I should preserve privacy of that Excel file? Preserve privacy of that. Confidential means I can read all the data. Right, this is some XYZ user, or say username is not there. These are the symptoms and malignancy is detected, yes or no, which type of malignancy and all that other medical terminologies are there. Okay, but can I say that it is confidential? No. The information is not confidential because it is available in the plain text data and you can read it. But what is confidential? Privacy then? I can, names are hidden and I want to do analysis that how many patients who have visited today in my hospital, out of say 100 patients have visited, out of 100 how many have malignancies in them. So can I say that privacy is preserved? Still I got useful information from that for my research. Right? Because I know that out of 100, 5 people have detected with cancer or malignancies detected. But which 5 people that I don't know. So privacy is preserved. Yes or no? So that is the difference between confidentiality and privacy. Confidentiality is you cannot see the information in the plain text. Okay, it is intended only for sender and the receiver. That is pure confidentiality. Whereas privacy is more information is available, but you cannot see who is having cancer, who is having bronchitis, who is having this and who is having that. Okay, we only know that out of 100 files detected malignancy, files having bronchitis and so on. So that is known as the privacy. And we can use privacy preservation technique. Right? It is one of the term related to security. Confidentiality is also related to security and privacy is also related with security. Okay. So privacy is the control over the extent, timing and circumstances of sharing are some general examples which we can consider as a privacy, which should preserve our privacy. During medical examination, that is privacy, right? Activities within your home, as you said, whatever you are doing at your home, lying on the sofa, watching some series, eating popcorn, so that is your privacy, whatever you are doing at your home. Okay, so activities within your home, using a restaurant washroom, that is also privacy. Entering the office of reproductive health provider, that is also the concern of privacy. Next one is generally any action which you have the reasonable expectation of privacy. They all are considered as a privacy. Okay. So most things in public places would not be considered as a private. Okay. Like we discussed that huge databases are there for the various application. If we are working in the area of machine learning, deep learning, and so on, we know. Okay, medical data are there as we discussed. Same way we have consumer purchase data are there. This people is buying bread, this is also buying butter, this is also buying cheese. But who have bought bread and butter? We do not know. X has bought butter, Y has bought bread, and so on. We know that out of 100, 50% of people will buy butter if they buy bread. We do not know who are those 50%. Okay, so that is consumer purchase data. Next is the census data. We know that how many females are there, how many male are there, how many illiterate are there, how many are graduate out of that. Communication and media related data are there, and the data gathered by government agencies are there. So they all are huge databases are available, but we are working on it. Like all the researchers have used somewhere and somewhere during their work, but we have to preserve privacy of them. Okay, so that is known as the huge databases and providing privacy, and we can use this database for medical research, improving customer service and homeland security. Okay, now how to provide privacy. Here I will be discussing very basic example which I have demonstrated during my research in 2014, even before that 2012. Okay, so methods for providing privacy are the very basic method is known as the multi-party computation or secret sharing. Some of you may have heard about Shamir's secret sharing scheme. Any idea about that? Say I have one map. I am giving general talk. Okay, general discussion about that. Say I have one map of some city. Okay, if I here you can make it in two pieces and give it to X person and give it to Y person. Okay, and if I identify them, I ask them to do something which is related to the city. Can they do it? One person have half the secret and one person have half the secret. Okay, they need to do some communication, they need to do some computation, that is known as the secret sharing. I mean the idea behind that. Okay, it is known as the secret sharing method. And the next method is the privacy homomorphism, which I said I will use it. Okay, privacy homomorphism. Anybody have any idea? What is privacy homomorphism? Because we are talking about privacy. So we use the two basic things are there to provide privacy. Multi-party computation. In that we can use secret sharing, or 2-3 algorithms are there. I will explain the logic behind that. I mean the concept. One portion of secret, another portion of secret. Second one is the privacy homomorphism. Let us discuss about that privacy homomorphism. But before going to discuss about privacy homomorphism, let us discuss how the encryption works. Normal encryption works. Now whenever we say encryption, it can be AES, DES or anything. Data encryption standard algorithm or advanced encryption standard, any algorithm we can say. Okay. So what is conventional encryption system? Say for example, in this college, the whole college, we have dropped some sensors. Okay, each sensor will collect the data or say temperature sensor. Okay, each sensor will collect the record the temperature and do according reactions. Set the temperature of AC. Okay, is it fine? So all the data, temperature reading which they have collected are in the plain text form. So here we can say that this M1, M2, M3 all are some data which are in the plain text form. If I want to preserve privacy, I do not want to say that which sensor has which reading. That is actually our aim, okay, to provide privacy. But we are collecting data, sensor is collecting the plain text data, and this all plain text data can be encrypted with some public key algorithm, right? So after encryption, they are converted to ciphertext, and our ciphertext has C1, C2 up to Cn depending upon the number of data we have. Okay. Now suppose I am transferring this ciphertext to higher level node, say my the machine or the device which I have attached with my air conditioner to set the temperature. So what air conditioner can do? Can air conditioner see encrypted data? All these data are encrypted. Can my air conditioner see all the encrypted data and take according action? No. My air conditioner cannot see it because it is encrypted. Encrypted means we cannot read it. We know that we cannot read it. Right? Say 24 temperature is sensed by this sensor, 22 is sensed by this sensor, but air conditioner does not know because they are encrypted. Okay. So what air conditioner can do? I hope it is clear, the concept. Okay, what air conditioner can do? Air conditioner have to decrypt my data. Decrypt the data which are received by all the sensor. Okay. So air conditioner have decrypted the data. Now air conditioner have all the plain text data available. Right? Now on all the plain text data, what air conditioner can do is air conditioner now can apply aggregation function on it. Air conditioner can calculate the number of data received and find out average temperature. Yes? Okay. Once air conditioner have calculated average temperature is also in the plain text form. Right? Now what air conditioner has to do? Air conditioner again will encrypt the data because we want to provide security. Right? So we cannot transfer the data in the plain text. So air conditioner has transferred it, provided encryption on that. So this is known as my aggregate encrypted message. Why I am calling the word aggregate? Because some function aggregation I have used it, I have combined the data. So I am calling it as a aggregate. Okay. So air conditioner now have converted to ciphertext. Now this ciphertext will be received by some process, right? And they have to decrypt it. So decryption is done. After decryption, they will be receiving some plain text message M, and after M, they will again aggregate it and divide it into the message, something like this. Right? If they want to do it, they can do it. They can actually not do it. This is the aggregate value only they will be able to see it. Okay. Can you find any drawback in this? What we have to do is, this is a conventional encryption system. Data are captured in a plain text manner. Right? Data are converted to ciphertext. Ciphertext is transferred to some central module. Central module has to do some processing on that, but central module cannot do processing on encrypted data. So central module will decrypt the data, see the data, apply aggregation, some function, summation, addition, multiplication, aggregation, average, whatever. Some function is applied, and then aggregate, some central device will have again some specific number, and on that again encryption will be done, and then receiver side will decrypt it and perform aggregated value will be received. So this is the normal conventional encryption. Now what is the problem? I can find here two problems. The first problem is yes, key, private key, public key. Okay, anything else?
One of it is lost, the data is lost.
Data is?
Decryption key is lost, the data is
Okay, decryption key is lost. So this device cannot decrypt, this cannot decrypt the data. Okay. Anything else? Do you find that my intermediate device is able to see all my plain text data?
Yes.
I am transferring encrypted data, but they can see it, they can perform decryption, they can read my plain text data. If I want to preserve privacy, forget about temperature. We want to preserve privacy. I do not want to see that which are the actual data. I am interested only on aggregated value. How many persons are having this? Who are having this data? I am not interested because I want to preserve privacy of my data. Right? So the term came into existence, which is known as the privacy homomorphism. you can relate both the diagram. How privacy homomorphism works. So here we can see that again, same way our plain text messages are encrypted and converted into the ciphertext even secure to see. Right? Now what in the previous conventional encryption we have done? Decrypted it, apply aggregation on it, and then send. Okay. Now here what we can do is we can apply aggregation function directly on the ciphertext. We are not decrypting it. We are not decrypting it means we do not know that which patient's which data is there. Right? Or which sensors, which temperature is there. Okay. We can apply direct aggregation on encrypted data. And after applying aggregation, we have some common value and that can be now decrypted, and after decrypted we can have some common aggregated value, which is combination of all these three. Okay, so the process of providing encryption or the process of providing aggregation without decrypting your data is called as a privacy homomorphism. Okay, the process of applying aggregation without decrypting your data, right? That is called as a privacy homomorphism. So these are the core concept of providing, the core foundation for providing privacy to your data. Here you can see that nobody can see your text message, though we have achieved all the procedure, right? And we are providing privacy. What is the reading sensed by sensor 1, sensor 2, sensor 3? That we do not know. Still we are able to know that what is aggregated temperature of this room. Right? Same way we have patient's data available. We do not know which patient is having which data. Still we are able to find out of 100, 5% are having malignancy. I hope it is clear. So that is the foundation of privacy, and you can achieve it with the help of privacy homomorphism. This concept is known as the privacy homomorphism. Okay, now there are lots of algorithms. Actually, exactly nine algorithms are there to achieve this. Again, there are two types of privacy homomorphism. We can say that fully homomorphic encryption and partially homomorphic encryption. These are the list of partially homomorphic encryption, which is used to provide privacy. Okay, so I am focusing only on some classical algorithm from the literature. So this Domingo-Ferrer, Castelluccia, and this combined approach. These three are known as the symmetric key homomorphic encryption algorithm. Currently, till now we have discussed so many times. We know what is DES, AES, and all that. Right? They are confidentiality algorithms. Now, these algorithms provides privacy. They are known as the privacy homomorphic encryption algorithm. Okay, and we have all these rest 6 Okamoto, Goldwasser, Benalo, Algamal, even RSA, and the failure. This comes in the category of asymmetric key homomorphic encryption algorithm. Okay, so these three are symmetric key. These 6 are asymmetric key homomorphic encryption algorithm. Apart from that, another 4 algorithms are there. They are known as the elliptic curve cryptography homomorphic encryption algorithm. Elliptic curve cryptography is ECC, we are calling it in the security. And some 4 homomorphic encryption algorithms are there which are based on ECC. They are also providing privacy. Okay, so this seems to be like something, it's not that much difficult, it's very easy. I have taken a numerical example. Let us discuss that and then I will end the session. Okay, very basic and very easy and very interesting. First algorithm, Castelluccia. Okay, it is very easy. Algorithm name is Castelluccia. Okay, parameters I am taking is a select large number n. Again, my message small m. My message which I want to encrypt is a small m, which is between the range of 0 to n minus 1. N is my sub large number for my device, for my system. Okay. Now I am generating some key. My key k is also between 0 to n minus 1 like my message. Okay. Now what I am doing is I am generating ciphertext. This is aggregated ciphertext. Okay. So aggregated ciphertext C will be m plus a mod m. Where this m is my plain text message, this k is my key, and this m is my large number. Very simple, only one step algorithm. M plus k mod m, like we are doing in scissor cipher. Right? It seems very easy because we have done it in scissor cipher. Okay. Now how we can decrypt it? Same like scissor cipher. M, my plain text message m is ciphertext C minus k mod m. Okay. Now the only one last step is aggregation because they are aggregated functions, right? Aggregation can be done as a C1 plus C2 mod n. Okay. Now let us see some with numerical values. I hope this is clear. Steps are clear. Okay. The first step is select some large integer m. Say I have taken 128. Now I have to select message m, which is between 0 to n minus 1. Say for example, I am taking my message m1 as a 20. Now I have to select some key, which is also between 0 to 127. So I am taking my key 1 as a 10. Now I am encrypting. Okay. So what is the formula? What can be encryption? 20 plus 10 more 128. So 20 plus 10 is 30. 30 more 128 is 30. Okay. So m plus a mod n. So C1 is 30, which we got. Okay. Now again my m is same. We are applying on multiple methods. This is aggregation, right? So my m2 is 10. Say my key is 8. So what will be my ciphertext in this case? 18. 10 plus 8. 10 plus 8 mod 128. So it is 18 mod 128. So it is 18. So my C2 is 8. Right? Now again my m is 128. My message m2 is 30. My key is 6. So what will be my ciphertext? 36. 30 plus 6 mod 128. So it is 36. So my C2 is 36. But when is this aggregation here? It is very simple. Right? Now let us see the aggregation. Aggregation we have said addition of ciphertext mod m. Right? So let us add. Addition of ciphertext is my 84. Right? 30 plus 18 plus 36. So addition 84 mod 128 is my 84. Right? But what is this? So can I say that? Let us perform decryption. So decryption is C minus k mod m. So 84 minus 24, that is addition of all my three keys. 10 plus 8 is 18 plus 6 is 24. So 84 minus 24 mod 128. This is decryption. Right? So what is the decryption? Decryption is 60. What is this 60? Can I say that it is addition of m1 plus m2 plus m2? I have done aggregation. But my aggregator got only 60 value. My aggregator doesn't know that who have contributed 20, who have contributed 10, and who have contributed 30. Aggregator is interested only aggregated value. So can I say that privacy of m1 and m3 is preserved? So this is the fundamental of privacy homomorphism. If you have any doubt, then you can ask me. Same way, we can have illustration of all this 9 privacy homomorphic encryption algorithm in addition with 4 elliptic or cryptography based algorithms. They are pure mathematics. And we can incorporate this to provide privacy. Like those who are working in the area of say deep learning, machine learning, where you are reading the data from large data set, and you can use this homomorphic encryption algorithm to preserve privacy of your data. Though you will be getting your actual result. Okay. So this is resolution, and some of the research areas are the, I think I should stop over here. Some of the research areas are there. These are the variation because this is my first session and it should focus only on all the current research area. So current research area, localization people are working. Like one PhD scholar has worked on localization, another has completed PhD in secure software engineering, then cryptography, systems and network security, and so on. So these all are the recent research area. They all have, we can see that AI is also there, ML is also there, forensic programming language and software security, cryptography and all that. Even web application security is there, hardware security is there. So these all are the fundamental research area. Let us quickly go through localization. What do we mean by localization? Whenever you are using, we may not have used it, but say dating app. Dating app, the primary concern of dating app is based on the location. Currently you are keeping a location on, and if you are using any dating app, then they will suggest that who else have registered and who is currently there in your area. Right? Who is currently there in your area specific to this location of say Maharashtra, whatever your area is at this college. Okay, so based on that, but still user need to provide privacy to that. So we can do some combination of this homomorphic encryption with localization. So it can be privacy preserving location based services. Okay, where your location is private, but user who wants to interact with you, you can discuss it and meet it. Okay, so that is location based privacy. Next one is the secure software engineering. As we talk, various phases of software engineering, and we can incorporate security in all the phase as of SDLC. Some of the problems are that like we can use and do for the C, C++, Java for security related targets. Variety of languages have different drawbacks. All the programming languages have different drawbacks. So we can focus on any one of that. We have worked for the memory leaks in C programming and provide security to that. Then we have a secure machine learning, which is the most people demanding area currently. They want to do something in AI, ML, that's all. Okay, so we can have detection of fake news. Then we can detect and stop ransomware threat. We can have biometric authentication, one full area. I have one full session again on the same topic on Thursday. So that is biometric authentication, which is another research area. Then data leakage protection. We can have tunnel detection. We can have so many challenges still in online payments. So we can work on that. Cryptocurrency mining. Nowadays it's in boom. Like we are also, some of us may be doing that crypto mining and all that. So cryptocurrency mining is at the demand. Then we can work specifically on phishing attack. Then wireless security, where nothing is connected. All our wireless devices are there, and we need to provide security for that. And then crypto mining with some specific issues are the stealing of your crypto wallet, stealing of your private key, stealing of your like blockchain blocks on which you are working. Even one area is blockchain security. Another thing is ad hacking is there, which you can look into this. I will provide more details. Then electronic or online voting system is there. Next one is cloud workloads and the environment, because everything is going to save on the cloud only. Containers and serverless computing, where we are not having any physical server. That is called as a serverless computing area of cryptography or information security. Anyone think that is having very good in your resume. And some of the videos which I have taken, updated videos which we discussed from this one. And these are some of the references. Now the session is open for question and answer. If you have any questions, then we will discuss. I think it's not too heavy. It was very basic and
AUX mode.
if you got everything, then nobody asked any question, or second is you understood. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time and efforts dedicated to deliver such a comprehensive presentations and share such a useful information with us. As a token of appreciation, we are pleased to present you with this moment. For that, I would like to invite Mrs. Vivaksha Jariwala, Head of IT Department and Coordinator of this program. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am. Now, next session is on article discussion. So all participants will go through the articles that we shared on your group and make a summary. For that, you have time till 1 o'clock.